Morning, guys. What's happening? It is Friday the 25th. Didn't get Tuesdays out. I was in Hollywood, staying at the Roosevelt Hotel. Kind of cool. Had to meet up with some people there. I had several meetings right in the area, which was a very interesting place for me to meet typically, which is not a normal thing for me. But it was really, really cool. Was going to get recording done then, but then bam, meetings were happening early in the morning. So I was just running like crazy. I've been in multiple different places. Now I'm in Houston. So meetings out here, trying to continue to keep builders, looking for inventory for everybody. And, there's some stuff that we're scaring up, which is good. But today, I want to chat with a couple of things because I'm part of we do a lot of interaction when it comes to, it's a government relations committee, basically is what we refer to that as with Think Realty. And I represent a lot of the thought process behind the lending piece and how that affects the real estate investor, the long and term hold investor, which is yourself. And one of the things that have recently come up that I want to share with you guys, if you want to go to thinkrealty.com, right here, thinkrealty.com, we'll go right here. This proposed California bill, which is really, really interesting, that I need you guys to come take a look at. It's easy to go in here, take a look at this. There is proposed legislation that would basically add more tax to anybody flipping a property in the state of California. So what it is you now have to hold on the property for 7 years, and they can basically hit you for as much as an additional 25% capital gains tax. 25%, right? Let's think about this. I know people have picked up houses in California, properties out there, and been able to sit on it for a short window of time and literally double their money, right? It doesn't mean it's happening to everybody. It's happened, right? When you think about houses out there or properties out there go for $1 million and then you turn around and flip it for $2 million, it's an extra $250,000 in capital gains tax. Why are we concerned with California? Many of you are like, what do I care? I'm not going to invest in California. The problem we have here is when a state does something, other states think, this might be a good idea. It's not a good idea, guys. It's definitely not a good idea, because what it's going to do is definitely going to kill anybody who wants to do any sort of acquisition and flip or any sort of meaningful transactions in the state of California. Plus, think about the average person. They buy a house, they expect, well, they can't sell that now for 7 years. What if they have to move someplace else? Right now, they've got a problem on their hands. So what you can do is go right here, sign the joint real estate investor lender petition. Click right on this particular thing here. And then going there, you're at least be able to make your voice heard. That's at least one of the first steps. Also, I would say especially if you're in California, get a hold of your senator, Congress person, if you will, and start making your voice heard. Raise some hell about this, because we can't let this particular type of thing continue. So first thing, go to thinkrealty.com, find this particular article, click on that, scroll down, sign the petition. We'll go from right there. You can also, there's sample investor letters. I mean, they've done it all here for you. So that way you can create a letter and send it off to those people that need to hear from you on what this idea means to you and how stupid this idea is. And in reality, I personally believe that this is their way of, one, trying to keep people in the state. Think about this. It's been said that Gavin Newsom was one of the greatest U-Haul salesmen in the world. On top of that, you also have a lot of really, really poor policy decisions over the years that have really caused a lot of monetary issue with that state. They're virtually bankrupt. Now they're trying to use more stupid policy to try and deal with the old policy. So it goes to say bad decisions continue to breed bad decisions. Got to stop sometime, right? Sometimes a person has to go to rehab and get clear of all the bad decisions they've made in the past. It's kind of where they sit at this point. So I'll get off of that for a minute. Now let's go to the markets. This mortgage-backed securities markets we're continuing to see. I mean, remember, it was just a short time ago, we talked about all that volatility. We continue to see this decline. That decline, of course, money leaving those bond pools, creating increase in interest rates. One of the dynamics that I've seen with folks today is they get a rate quote and then they shop for days and they just keep getting worse rate quotes until they find somebody who's willing to give them something close to where it started. Guys, just grab what you can get right now. And the craziness of shop. Guys, your money is losing more than that. Whatever it is you're shopping to try and avoid, it's losing more than that sitting in your bank account at today's rate of inflation. 0.666% is being lost every single month of your dollar's value, just under 1%. So letting it sit there while you're hunting, it's just eroding in front of you. So get it to work somewhere. There's going to be some costs associated with it. The rates are going to go up. Interest, we can't avoid inflation right now. It's just not something we're going to avoid. In fact, I've listened to a few analysts, and they're basically saying because of what had the decisions of the past with respect to these last few years that we have created, that has been created with the Fed and with the government policy, is we now have the biggest runaway train in the asset bubble that we've ever seen in history, which is the stock market. And as a result of that, we're at some huge risk here with respect to all of the things that are going on. And no matter what they do with raising rates, we're not going to be able to curb inflation because of all the stupid decisions that's done in the past. Inflation's here, and we're not getting rid of it. So we might as well invest in inflation and get that long-term leverage. It's going to cost you something. If there's points associated with it, those points are going to go away from you one way or the other. Whether you're sitting on your money in a bank account, it's going to erode away really, really fast, or you're going to pay it to get your money locked up somewhere in a long-term instrument. Think about it that way. You're securing your capital in a long-term instrument that's going to be eroded by inflation to your benefit, or you're leaving your banking account and letting it be eroded by inflation to your detriment. Your call, right? But the incessant shopping, you guys got to find somebody to work with that's going to work with you and make sure that you are successful in your business. That's what you got to do, because the incessant shopping is only going to erode your money. You're just hurting yourself. I'm just here to tell you that. We're here to help you. I've got a very, very, very solid team back you up to ensure that you're successful in this. Sure, you'll find a few deals here and there, but for the most part, guys, you got to understand that it has more to do with your team and finding the right assets than anything. If you spend all your time focusing on cost, and I get it, you don't want to get screwed, but it's the nature of the market today. We don't have choices in these things, right? This is where the capital is coming from, and this is what they're hitting us with, and we're doing our damnedest to fight back. But when you see these charts, you look at this, you're seeing this decline, this massive decline, 106.4 all the way to 99.9. God, that's 650 basis points in loss over these last few months. I mean, look how fast that was. We're looking just since December. Look at this massive decline. So just know it's not like anybody's trying to pull one over on you. It's the nature of the certain economics. It's the nature of where the money is coming from right now. But we're here to give you all the best information we possibly can. Continue to keep and encourage you to get the app. In fact, I'll be sending out more information on how to get your hands on that, so we can show you what inflation is doing and keep you aware of that, so that way you can go out confidently and continue to keep basically outperforming the other investors out there that don't understand what's happening in the market. See you guys again on Tuesday.